And we start with breaking news on the night team. A double shooting that includes a 3-year-old victim and a heavy police presence in the California neighborhood. Good evening. I'm Connie Leonard. You're taking a live look now as police are on the scene of that shooting at 17th and Gallagher. When officers arrived, they were told a 3-year-old was transported to Norton Children's Hospital with a gunshot wound and was taken to the hospital by a private car. Later, LMPD was informed that a 20-year-old man also showed up to the hospital as well with a gunshot wound, also believed to be from that same incident. Police expect both the man and the child will survive. Anyone with information, though, in this shooting is encouraged to call the tip line. That number, 574-LMPD. Well, earlier today, 2 people were wounded outside a church after gunfire was exchanged, all while a funeral service was taking place inside. It happened on the grounds of Bates Memorial Church in Smoketown. The night teams, Alex Dieterer and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie, spoke with church members and police about what went down.
A day that started out as a celebration of life was met with gunshots ringing out in the Bates Memorial Baptist Church parking lot.
My friends and family started calling me, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" And I said, "I'm fine. I just wanted to make sure that my other family is fine."
For Elaine Douglas, who has gone to Bates Memorial for 20 years, the yellow police tape surrounding the church hits close to home.
You see the yellow tape, "Do not cross." I cross here every Sunday, going in these doors, sis. And to see all this going on, it's heartbreaking.
LMPD says they responded to the Smoketown Church just after 2 p.m. to a report of a shooting. Officers canvassed the parking lot and alley. LMPD says they located a potential scene and evidence marked right here by bright cones, but officers did not locate any victims. Shortly after, U of L Hospital notified LMPD that 2 separate victims with gunshot wounds were transported to the hospital privately. Both victims are expected to survive.
I'm going to the corner store and back, and they shooting right here. I'm running. It's gotta stop.
Victoria Cox lives across the street from the church and says she's afraid to leave her home.
I am scared for my life. I'm scared to take out my trash. I'm scared to walk to the corner store, and I just live right there. I'm scared.
Bates Memorial pastor Dr. Bruce Williams told WHAS11 that a funeral was taking place inside the church when the staff heard the noise outside.
And I pray that with so much going on, another family does not have to plan someone else's homegoing.
As Douglas leans on her church family and her faith, LMPD continues to investigate into the double shooting that happened outside of her second home. In Smoketown with photojournalist Elijah McKenzie, Alex Dieterer, the WHAS 11 night team on your side.
LMPD says there are no suspects at this time. Again, if you have any information about this shooting, you're encouraged to call the anonymous tip line 574-LMPD. Well, LMPD Interim Chief Paul Humphrey is sounding the alarm about gangs in the Derby City. And according to Humphrey, there are more gangs than ever in Louisville, and it has a lot to do with the violent crime that's been happening. According to Humphrey, gangs are much smaller, with members now having multiple affiliations. Humphrey said because of this, LMPD had to change the way it approaches gang violence. And part of that includes working with community groups like New Day Ministries.
This is what being proactive is all about right here. Changing lives, giving them a future, and showing them how to overcome.
Give them choice and give them options, not to have one foot in a graveyard and one foot in a prison yard.
Well, Todd Moore spent 26 years behind bars for charges related to gang activity. Moore was pardoned by Governor Matt Bevin and has since dedicated his life to trying to keep kids from following the same path. If you want to get involved with Moore's effort, we've got links on our website at WHAS11.com. All right, we had some stormy weather tonight, even some flash flooding in parts of southern Indiana. Colleen joins us right now, and Everybody wants to know about tomorrow. So many 4th of July events going on. Is the stormy weather coming into tomorrow, Colleen?
Yes, it is going to come into tomorrow, but I think the timing is really what's going to matter because it's not going to be the whole day. I'm timing out when we're going to see storms and when we can get some sunshine in for their 4th of July. Right now on that radar, we're seeing some lingering widespread showers here in Jefferson County. This is all very light in nature. No longer seeing any thunderstorms. Our environment kind of lost some of its fuel here, and even far to the south, there is a heavier downpour over Grayson County, but overall, only a few lightning bolts associated with it. So for that forecast model, we'll continue to see those showers clear out. Then the rest of the night, we're going to be mostly dry. 5 o'clock in the morning, another spurt of some rain, but the big rain is not until lunchtime. We are tracking a line of storms that's going to push throughout the midday into the early afternoon. Now, it is expected to clear out sometime in the afternoon. So if you have any plans for the midday, it is likely going to be wet, but we have better hope for that firework forecast that I'll show you here coming up. Connie.
All right. Thanks, Colleen. Well, new tonight on the 9-year anniversary of Crystal Rogers' disappearance, a judge has denied a motion to dismiss charges against one of the men in her murder. Now, today, a judge denied Steve Lawson's motion to drop his charges on claims of immunity. Lawson's attorney claims that he was promised immunity if he cooperated. But a judge ruled his statements and information were inconsistent and he did not meet the prosecutor's requirements for the immunity agreement. His trial will move forward as scheduled. Meanwhile, he is charged with 2 other men, Crystal's former boyfriend, Brooks Houck, and a former Houck employee and Lawson's son, Joseph Lawson. Today, for the first time since she was reported missing, her family has some idea of what happened to her. For the family, the answers are a long time coming, but they are still waiting for justice, including where it will all play out. The parties had agreed to move the trial to Christian County, but have since learned it didn't meet all of the judge's courtroom criteria. Now, finding a new trial location is one of the many motions underway in the case of Crystal Rogers. Well, President Joe Biden shoring up his support among high-ranking Democrats, hoping to prove he is still capable of running despite his age and his lackluster performance at the debate last week. Today, the president met with 25 Democratic governors at the White House, hoping to instill confidence among them. And after the meeting, some of the Democratic governors emphasized that they have his back.
We came in and we were honest about the feedback that we were getting. We were honest about the concerns that we were hearing from people. And we were also honest about the fact that as the president continued to tell us and show us that he was all in, that we said that we would stand with him.
Now, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear was one of the 25 in the meeting, but since the debate, rumors have swirled about Beshear becoming a replacement for Biden or possibly a VP running mate should the president drop out. However, a new Reuters poll shows that 70% of Democrats polled do not know who Beshear is. However, the Kentucky Democrats still trailed Trump by only a narrow margin. Well, with the heat we've had over the last month, it can be deadly without the right shelter or resources. The Americana World Community Center started their Summer Heatwave Utilities Assistance Fund to help families pay for their bills as temperatures continue to rise. And one volunteer has seen the impact the program can have firsthand.
My mom is a single mother. When we came to the U.S., she had to work day and night to provide for our family. She had to drop us off at a daycare and then come pick us up like late at night when she was done working. So most of the time it's my mom who needed help, and when she found out about Americana, you know, I basically was raised here.
The Americana Center tells us that they need your help making sure no family goes without power and air conditioning this summer. So just head to our website, WHAS11.com, to find out how you can donate. And tonight, one organization is helping those who may not have access to an AC unit in their home. The Association of Community Ministries handed out AC units in an effort to save lives. Just last year, a South Louisville teen died after trying to cool down in a car in a closed garage.
We know our summers are getting longer, our summers are getting hotter. Many of our constituents here in the city live in neighborhoods where they're afraid to open a window. So it feels like an oven in there. And that's health-wise very dangerous.
And don't forget, there are dozens of locations across the city that act as cooling centers this time of year, and those include 8 neighborhood place locations, 14 Metro Parks and Rec community centers, and 16 Louisville Free Public Library sites that you also can find available if you need to get away from the heat.